See what Kevin Harvick and Rodney Childers do in the second race of the playoffs from the short track here at Richmond Raceway.
Still amazed how aggressive these drivers are. No practice. First laps on the track, driving to turn one with full confidence.
And on top of that, Jeff, they haven't been here this year. A lot of tracks they've been going to lately, they've been to earlier in the year. Now, this is a completely green track as far as being here earlier in the year. This is the first time they've been here in 2020.
So interesting. It looked like Boyer was in big trouble, and somehow he's found some speed here. But he's holding that line up. Look at Stenhouse all over him.
Yeah, as soon as Stenhouse got to the back bumper, he lost a lot of grip, a lot of drive off of turn 4, and loses 2 positions.
He's fighting back, though, trying not to lose that spot to Chase Elliott.
Think about that, guys. In 3 laps, Brent Boyer is potentially going to lose 3 points. They could be huge through these playoffs.
Well, and if he falls one more spot back, which Cole Custer would be the next one behind him, if he loses that position, he would fall outside the top 10, which then he would get no stage points.
Solid night for Cole Custer so far.
Saw the yellow light flashing at the entrance to pit road. It's closed. The final lap. Green and white checkered comes out for Denny Hamlin. He'll win stage 1. The 8th time that he has won a stage. The fight's still on here. Here comes Cole Custer. Not going to be able to get to the inside of the 14 of Clint Boyer. And so Boyer hangs on for that 10th spot. And back to racing. Logano has the lead on the inside, and teammate Brad Keselowski, the 2 just behind him. Kevin Harvick in the 4 on that outside line.
Trouble for 2 or an opportunity for others, Rick. Let's see who can capitalize.
Well, Steve, look at the 18. The 18 is up here. A great pit stop. They gained 5 spots on pit road, and then you mentioned with the choose rule, they got a couple more.
13th to 8th. Throw a couple speeding penalties out. That makes him 6th. Choose a couple good stops. Here he is fighting to get inside the top 5.
Another driver working himself into the top 5 and trying to take 4th position. Martin Truex Jr. won both races here last year. Took him a while to start moving forward, guys, from that starting position back outside the top 10. But here he is.
Right on the back bumper of Kevin Harvick. He's going to move to the inside as they dive into 1. And these 2 Fords fighting it out right now.
Fun battle for the lead. Look at him. Now Joey's up the racetrack.
Keselowski looking good now. He's to the inside. Will he dive a little bit deeper into 1?
This is Richmond at its best when you can use multiple grooves to get around this racetrack. It provides us with really, really great battles like this. Here Brad sees an opportunity to try to roll the top, maybe get on the outside of the 22 car. He's going to turn, cut across the bottom. Just gets in the apron a little bit there.
Brad showing him, I want the bottom. He's going to drive in the corner. Can he keep it on the bottom, though, carrying that much speed? Great job right there. Advantage Brad Keselowski.
The farthest he's been up. He got all the way to the door of Logano. Can he seal the deal? Contact made. Logano up the racetrack.
I don't think they actually hit Rick, but it was close. Brad shoved up the racetrack. Joey had a moment where he just reacted to that or actually did lose the back of his race car, but I don't know if those 2 made contact at all. Very close.
So now the 2 of Keselowski leading at Richmond.
That's brought Martin Truex Jr. into the fight. These 2 guys going at it, and look how quickly Martin Truex Jr. caught up. This line fascinates me. Look at Joey Logano, how low he is on the straight.
Do you think there's any, this is going to sound crazy, but just fresher pavement down there? Less traffic on it?
It could be there. I don't know if they touched or not. I'm like you, Junior. I don't think they did. Let's get the look right here.
Yeah, I think Joey was just reacting to seeing Brad come up the track. He thought Brad was going to wrap the line and keep the left front on the yellow line there. And he's like, oh, man, maybe the 2's about to drive in my door.
I bring up that fresher pavement. I agree with you guys. I don't think there was contact. It was more of I'm going to avoid contact so I don't get wrecked.
We should have run into him at Darlington.
Oh boy, TJ Majors just
TJ
stirring that
Majors
pot.
would never stir the pot.
Oh yeah, the man's up there with a mixer. I mean, he can't even stir it quick enough by hand.
Got the spoon out.
So I will say, and what I say about that pavement is, you know, a lot of guys talk about track temperature. Are they seeing something and telling Logano, is this a strategy to run lower? I've just never seen anyone do it.
You know, I can tell you that I've always believed that a super low exit off of turn 4 has more grip. But I've never seen someone continue to run that low all the way down the straightaway. Just never seen it before. Joe Logano, he knows what he's doing. I can guarantee you that.
Logano has fallen back to second now. So it's Keselowski, Logano, Martin Truex Jr. running third. Harvick is fourth. Chase Elliott has moved up to fifth. Alex Bowman back to sixth. Kyle Busch holding on to seventh. Cole Custer is eighth. Eric Almirola ninth. And Ricky Stenhouse Jr. right there in the top 10 once again. Look at this. Kevin Harvick is coming up on the back of the 11 of Denny Hamlin. Remember, Harvick was a lap down.
3-car isn't letting this lead battle go away. 4 laps to go, coming to 3 to go. He's closed back in on Brad. Brad could be just trying to take care of his car, but pinned down on the inside of this lap car.
It will be a lap car. That's Cole Custer about to go a lap down.
He's got to fight hard right here. He is one of the playoff guys. He needs as many points as he can. That right there, that white car in front of him, that's Clint Boyer. That's the next car to go a lap down. So the last thing that Custer wants to see is the 2-car get up there and get by the 14, and it's happening quickly right here.
Coming up on 2 to go.
This takes away the opportunity for Austin Dillon to get up in there and try to win this stage with the 41 car desperately trying to be a car that stays 1 lap down. First car lap down. Clint Boyer's got to do everything in his power. Just so much speed from Keselowski, but Clint's got to fight him. Clint's got to do everything he can. Pinch him off in the middle of the corner. Pinch him off on the corner exit. Smart move there to give him that inside. Use the drive on that high side down the front straightaway.
Now he's just got to execute. Just hit his marks at this point. He did a great job off turn 4.
Cole Custer back there is cheering for him, isn't he, Jeff?
Oh, yeah.
Fighting Boyer, help me out.
6 years ago, Brad Keselowski got his only win at Richmond Raceway, but a long 6 years. Coming out of turn 4, he's going to win stage 2. Dillon, Martin Truex Jr., the top 3. Then it's Joey Logano, Chase Elliott crossing the stripe in 5th. All getting stage points. Kyle Busch, Kurt Busch, Eric Almirola. Kenseth and Harvick rounding out the top 10. There's the restart. Keselowski and Martin Truex Jr. side by side. What about Logano? What a restart the 22 had right by the 19. Elliott's going to settle in the 4th spot, and Austin Dillon is 5th, but fighting for that position. The 18 of Kyle Busch looking to the inside.
Austin Dillon lost a few spots on pit road right there. Got to be careful not to try to get them all back at once.
Right there.
Yeah, he got loose.
Austin Dillon was sliding backwards, but has now seemed to level out and actually is putting the pressure on this 22 car, trying to retake that 3rd position back away from Joe Logano as we close in on the final few laps of this race. He's worried about that 3 car falling back once Brad Keselowski went around him, but their long run speed in this car is so impressive.
Again, a win, you advance. That's the way it works in the playoffs. And the bottom 4 in points are eliminated after each 3 race stage or rounds. And we just saw there Austin Dillon.
When do we take this 3 car seriously? I mean, is it just 2 races we've seen this round enough? to look at them as a contender to move deeper, even deeper into the playoffs?
Well, I can tell you right now, William Byron, Cole Custer, Matty D, and Ryan Blaney are taking the 3-car very seriously because his performance is eliminating at least one of those cars.
Right now, if things ended right now today, he is 38 points to the good going to Bristol. I mean, who would have thought? Who would have picked that? Give him credit, right? Big moments. That's when, you know, Austin talked about it. He played basketball, he played baseball, he did those things. This team has stepped up, team and driver have stepped up for the playoffs. Got to reward them and just, you know, give them credit.
They've done a phenomenal job already at the start of these playoffs. The one thing that will hurt them is they didn't get a lot of playoff points throughout the regular season. That's what advances from round to round with each team.
Man, interesting there. He gets the position for the 22, but now Joey Logano's fighting back. Brad Keselowski's out front. And these are the races where when there's no yellows, you don't want to give NASCAR any reason to throw a yellow because it won't take much. We've gone green flag for pretty much the whole night. Brad Keselowski's comfortably ahead, 7 laps to go. But anything can bring out a yellow here late.
Yeah, what's going on with this 3-car? He got by Logano, looked like he was going to drive away, and then all of a sudden, he's lost some speed here.
It's weird, wasn't it?
Yeah, and behind him, Chase Elliott in that 9-car is starting to run him down a little bit.
Coming up on 5 laps to go. Junior, you mentioned it, a race where there has not been an incident on track to bring out a caution.
Yeah.
There was a competition caution. The end of stage 1, the end of stage 2. Those are the only 3 times that the yellow flag has been displayed.
I mean, a car brushes the fence, any kind of debris pretty much anywhere on the property. It's probably going to bring out a yellow right now for Brad Keselowski, and he doesn't want that, obviously. Coming to 4 to go.
I will say, though, I'll give NASCAR credit. You know, a couple years ago they made the statement, we're going to be very clear and clean with our yellows, and I think they've done overall a pretty good job since then.
Well, it's been a phenomenal Penske day as Brad Keselowski and Joey Logano are looking very strong here in the Cup Series race, which is the 2nd race of the playoffs. Earlier today, Austin Cindric in the Xfinity Series clinched the regular season championship. That's going to be a lot of playoff points for him that he'll be able to advance through the rounds. Also, he's had great success as far as winning. Will Power, Penske's IndyCar driver, also has won today. And now Brad Keselowski, who earlier this week called his shot, said, we think we would be disappointed if we didn't go out and dominate and win the race at Richmond. He said that 3-4 days ago. And now, with just 2 laps to go and a 2.5 second lead, Brad Keselowski is backing up what he said earlier. Win in advance.
White flag, 1 more, 2.6. He won't get to you.
One more time around, you heard it. He won't get to you. 2.6 seconds, the difference between Keselowski and Martin Truex Jr. Mentioned earlier. It was all the way back in 2014. 6 years ago, the last time Brad Keselowski won at Richmond. This one takes him all the way. The round of 12. He wins again at Richmond.
Man, that's awesome. Set out with a goal. We got it here, bud. Thank you very much.
Yeah, it was a great race here, Marty, for us and the 2 team. This is, I think, my car from Loudon. I think that's what they told me.
Yes.
And, you know, I wanted to do a really cool burnout with it, but I want this car for Phoenix. It's 2 for 2, and man, I'm real pumped. I don't want to look too far ahead. We got to get there. The next round's going to be really difficult, but still, I'm really pumped about this performance and the way we ran on short tracks. And felt like coming in here with the Western Star Alliance Ford Mustang that we would run well, Marty, but man, this thing was awesome.
Well, so what kind of statement, Brad, is this for Phoenix that could be what's coming and what your team could do when you get to that track?
We got to get there. You know, the last few years I haven't made it all the way, so we got to get all the way there. But if we can get to Phoenix, we're going to be really good.
To dominate on a night like this, Brad, when strategy is all over the place, how patient did you have to be when cars were in front of you on different strategies all night long?
Very patient. I tell you, it's a chess game, and I got blinders on. I don't know what everybody's doing and who's where and who's on what strategy, but Jeremy Bowens, the whole 2 team, excellent performance. I can't thank them enough. Thank you, team. Thank you, everybody that at Team Penske that gave me such a great car, and it's a really special day, Marty. Thank you.
He leads 192 laps. He called it on Thursday, Rick. He said, if we don't go dominate and win, we're going to be disappointed. I think Brad Keselowski has a lot to be happy about tonight here at Richmond.